Hey everyone, Charlie here, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are enjoying all the different new series things that I've set up for 2024 to help you out. And I hope you can apply the advice I share to win. Today, I'm going to cover the different power of networking in photography. And 99% of the time, or 99% of the jobs or connections that I have made in my photography career have actually been from networking with others and outreach. Very rarely, if at all, do people come knocking on my door just wanting to hire me or to work with me. Most of it is proactive instead of reactivity. So today, I'm going to actually go into different things why networking is important, give you several tips and tricks on how to network for your photography or business as well. I'm going to share some different personal stories that will help you out and to think about your networking in your photography. I'm going to talk about how community building, and I'm going to also talk about how to actually invite you to participate in my Coffee X Camera Challenges so that you can learn and you can check out our community and network also with like-minded individuals around the world. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Now, first up, what is networking in photography? When we hear networking, it might conjure images of business cards, and it might actually come up with like formal handshakes. But in photography, it's so much more vibrant, and it's also creative. Networking is about connecting with fellow photographers. It's about connecting with clients, mentors, and even your audience. It's the art of building relationships that support, inspire, and elevate your photography. And when you're on this journey, imagine this. You're at a photography workshop and you strike up a conversation with the person next to you. That person might be the key to your next big project, or they might offer you advice that possibly changes your perspective on photography. Or through a social media connection, maybe you could go ahead and find yourself part of a global photography project. The possibilities are endless, but it's not just about opportunities. Networking is the heartbeat of our community, and it's actually how we share our passion, learn from each other, and how we stay inspired. Every connection that you make is a two-way street of learning and growth. It's about finding your tribe, finding your support system, and who understands the highs and the lows of being a photographer. I can tell you from personal experience, some of my most cherished friendships and my career milestones started with a simple hello at a photography event, or maybe a different comment on social media. Networking has the power to open doors that you didn't know existed. Let me give you some examples. When I was in college, I was in a class for graphic design where the professor had actually shown a documentary on a famous photographer by the name of Herbert Matter. I immediately resonated with Herbert's work because it was the intersection of photography and design that I found a lot of my work actually resounding to. And he did a series with his then girlfriend that became his wife, where he photographed her in sand on Montauk on a beach in New York, and you could just simply see the love in her eyes looking back at him. I asked myself the question of how one gets that type of connection out of a subject to make such a powerful photograph. I knew that somehow I had to meet Herbert to ask the questions that were in my mind and to learn from him. To my dismay, I learned that he had actually passed away back in 1984 when I was just a child. There was no way that I was actually going to be able to meet him or to actually speak with him. So with me being thorough, I always look for a positive avenue on how to accomplish something. So with my findings and my research on the internet, I learned that his family had actually stored and collected the bulk of his work. I found that photography somehow skipped a generation in the family, in the Matter family, with Herbert's son going on to be a motion picture director, yet his grandson Jordan Matter had become a photographer. He followed in his grandpa's footsteps, and that was photographing headshots and dance photography in New York City. I found Jordan's website with a Grand Hail Mary attempt, as I call it. I reached out via email to inquire if it would be okay to become Jordan's intern, to learn from him, and to learn about his grandfather's work. Jordan wrote back to me after learning that I was studying at University of Michigan at the time, that said when I got to New York, we could chat. On a whim and a prayer, that summer, I moved to New York City with 2 suitcases and my camera. I did not have an official internship lined up with Jordan at all, and I did not have any other work lined up also. Yet something in my gut, my heart, and my head told me to go, and that everything would work itself out. I reached out to Jordan as requested when I got to New York City, and I was staying in an apartment that had rented on a room with like 7 other people at the time through Airbnb. And before I could even get my bags unpacked, Jordan had my first assignment lined up for me. He needed a pizza delivery shirt and some empty pizza boxes to shoot a skateboarder on 34th Street for an idea that he had called Athletes Among Us. That was going to be a follow-up to his New York Times bestseller called Dancers Among Us. I had absolutely no idea where to get those items from, and I went into panic mode. I could not mess up on my first day of my first official internship, so I started pounding the streets after Googling the heck out of everything for the closest pizza shops to me in Harlem. I was asking for anyone and everyone to please give me a company pizza shirt and to give me some spare pizza boxes. Finally, after 5 attempts and many people looking at me like I was crazy, a gentleman in a pizza shop agreed to give me a pizza shirt and some pizza boxes. So I was overjoyed and excited that I succeeded in my task, and I texted Jordan that I had the required items. He responded to head to 34th Street on the train for the shoot and to meet him there. Now, all this happened simply because I had the courage to network. I took a chance to reach out to say hello and to tell Jordan what I do, and as one of my professors back in school used to say, you insert yourself into the world, and the world will carve a niche for you. Let me give you another example here. In season 9 of the hit television series, So You Think You Can Dance, there is a bubbly, positive, and high-energy belly dancer by the name of Janelle Isis. I thought, wow, I would love to photograph her for my projects, for my portfolio, and to work with her. Yet my self-doubt and fears got the better of me from reaching out at the time. When I returned to New York City, post-graduation from college, I picked up my first teaching gigs, and I also quickly learned the power of creating projects for yourself to keep my portfolio active instead of just sitting waiting around for projects to come to me. So after several projects, I decided to follow the footsteps of my mentor, Jordan Matter. I was going to photograph dancers in motion with stuff like long exposure, multiple exposure, and painterly-like qualities to do the opposite of what Jordan had done in his book, Dancers Among Us, with his perfectly posed images. To find the initial dancers for my new book titled Kinetic, I reached out to friends and different contacts that I had made from working with Jordan. Many of the dancers were more than eager and more than happy to join my project. Somewhere along the way, I had made contact with a dancer by the name of Ray, who also happened to be starring on Broadway's Wicked. He was just doing Wicked. Ray happened to be close friends with Janelle and suggested that she reach out to me to be a part of my project. In 2017, to my surprise, Janelle reached out to me via email mentioning that she was coming to be in New York City and that she would love to be a part of my Kinetic project. I thought to myself that there's energy that you feel that you put out into the world, even if you don't speak it, it comes back to you tenfold. So we set up a shoot for my book and became fast friends. The rest was history. I was talking about the benefits of networking as well. Networking in photography isn't just about shaking hands or collecting business cards. It's an adventure into a world brimming with opportunities, and it's a treasure trove of knowledge and a growth journey like no other. Imagine this. With every photographer you meet, you're not just making a new contact, you're actually unlocking the doors to potential collaborations, exciting projects, and even enriching mentorships. Picture yourself at a photography event. You strike up a conversation with someone, and maybe that person could be the key to your next big break, or might share a piece of advice that entirely shifts your artistic perspective. Online, a simple comment on a fellow photographer's page or post could lead to a global collaborative project. The possibilities that networking brings are as vast as your imagination can conjure. But remember, it's not just about what you gain. Networking is the lifeblood of our creative community. It's where we share our passions, we learn from one another, and we grow together. Each person you connect with is a window to new learning and experiences. It's about finding your tribe and a group of people who understand and share the thrills and challenges of being a photographer. I can't emphasize enough how some of my most rewarding friendships and my career highlights have actually stemmed from simply saying hello at an event or engaging with someone's work online. These connections are the stepping stones to opportunities that you might never have anticipated. Community building in photography is important also. You see, being part of a photography community isn't just about sharing your work. It's about being part of a collective journey. In these communities, we find support during our lows and we celebrate our highs. We push each other to reach out to new creative heights. It's where we're inspired, where we challenge each other, and where we're nurtured, whether it's feedback on your latest project or advice on tackling a tricky shoot, or your community is your sounding board. Maybe it's your cheerleaders, and maybe sometimes your teacher. But how do we build and engage with these different photography communities? Well, it's simpler than you might think, and it can be done both online and offline. Online, you can simply join photography forums, you can participate in social media groups, or you could also start your blog or your vlog. Share your work, ask for feedback, and offer your insights. The digital world is your oyster. Offline, consider joining or even organizing local photography meetups. Consider joining workshops or photo walks. These real-world interactions create a sense of camaraderie and belonging that's irreplaceable. And here's pro tip. Don't just be a passive member. Actively engage. Start conversations, ask questions, provide constructive feedback, and share your experiences. Remember, the more that you put into your community, the more that you'll get out of it. And in these interactions, also, you're not just building a network. You're building friendships, you're building collaborations, and you're building a supportive framework for your growth as a photographer. Being part of a photography community has been one of the most rewarding aspects of my journey. It's where I've found mentors, collaborators, and lifelong friends. It's where I've learned, laughed, grown more than I could have ever imagined. Let's talk about harnessing the power of social media platforms, sort of like Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. These platforms are not just the only tools you can work with for sharing your work, they're bridges connecting you to the vast world of photography enthusiasts, professionals, and potential clients. Each platform has its unique flair. Instagram is a visual feast, perfect for showcasing your work, showcasing your photography. Use hashtags, engage with followers through your stories, and collaborate with other creators. Facebook allows more detailed storytelling and creation of dedicated photography. You can join groups. LinkedIn, on the other hand, is ideal for professional networking and finding industry-specific opportunities. But how do you actually present your work to stand out? It's about consistency and authenticity. Your online portfolio should reflect your style and your voice. Regularly update your profiles with your latest work, but ensure that it aligns with your overall aesthetic and your message. Engage with your audience by sharing behind-the-scenes content. You can show photography tips, and you can show personal insights and let them see the person behind the lens. And here's a crucial tip. Interact. Respond to comments. Comment on others' work, and also participate in online discussions. Online networking is a two-way street. It's not just about posting up your work, it's about building relationships. Remember, your online presence is your digital handshake with the world. Make it count. Be active, be genuine, and be consistent. Whether it's a stunning Instagram feed, a compelling Facebook post, or a professional LinkedIn profile. Use these platforms to showcase your talent and to connect with the global photography community. Another key aspect of networking in photography is attending workshops, exhibitions, and meetups. These events are just not about learning new skills or viewing beautiful art. They're actually fertile grounds for meeting like-minded individuals that are sharing experiences and events that are finding mentors or collaborators. Think of workshops as classrooms without walls. They're interactive, they're fun, and they're packed with hands-on learning opportunities. Exhibitions, on the other hand, are perfect for immersing yourself in diverse photography styles and starting conversations with fellow enthusiasts or even the artists themselves. And meetups, hey, they're your casual coffee dates with the photography community. And this is where ideas, experiences, and things like that flow freely. But how do you make the most out of these events? Here's what I've learned so far. First, go with an open mind and be ready to step outside your comfort zone. Introduce yourself, ask questions, and be genuinely interested in others' work. Bring your business cards or have your different online portfolio things ready on your phone so that you never know when an opportunity might arise to show someone your work. Be an active participant, not just an observer. Join discussions, volunteer in activities, and if you're in workshops, don't shy away from contributing your thoughts. These interactions also lead to different conversations. And one more thing, follow up. After the event, connect with people that you met on social media or send them a friendly email. A simple, hey, it was great meeting you, can go a long way in building lasting relationships. But networking in photography isn't just about how many people that you can meet. It's about building lasting relationships rather than just collecting contacts. It's the depth of your connections that matter, not just a number. These genuine relationships can become the backbone of your photography. This provides support, inspiration, and opportunities. Let me share with you some stories that truly highlight the power of these connections. There was a time when I met a fellow photographer at a small local exhibition. We struck up a conversation about our shared interests and shared passions for landscape photography. This casual chat led to a collaborative project that I significantly boosted both of our portfolios, and it also opened doors to new clients. Or the time when I attended the workshop for photography, and the instructor, seeing my work, recommended me for an assignment that became a turning point in my career. These aren't just contacts. These are relationships that have actually shaped and propelled my path in ways that I could never have imagined. So, when you're out there networking, remember, it's about making meaningful connections and to get to know people. Understand their work, understand their challenges and their aspirations. Share your own stories and listen to theirs. This kind of mutual understanding and respect forms the foundation of lasting professional relationships. And don't forget to nurture these relationships. Keep in touch, collaborate where you can, and also support each other's endeavors. In the world of photography, a strong community is your most valuable asset. Your next big breakthrough in photography could be just one conversation away. So go ahead and build those connections and watch as they open up a world of possibilities for you and your photography. Now, let's talk about a unique aspect of networking and skill building: the community challenges hosted by Coffee X Cameras. These challenges are not just fun and they're not just engaging, but they're fantastic tools for expanding your network and to hone in on your photography skills. Every challenge that we host on the site is designed to push your creative boundaries, and whether it's experimenting with new techniques or exploring different themes, or even collaborating with others, these challenges are a playground for your photography imagination. And the best part? Hey, you get to share your work with a like-minded community. You get to receive feedback and you get to see how others approach the same challenge. And here's some great news for you. You can download all these challenges right over on coffeexcameras.com. Each challenge comes with guidelines, tips, and sometimes even mini tutorials to get you started. It's super easy to participate, and the variety of challenges ensures that there's something for everyone. This is regardless of your skill level or your preferred photography style. Participating in these challenges is a fantastic way to build your network. You'll find yourself connecting with other participants in our WhatsApp group online and discussing techniques and sharing different experiences. It's a wonderful way to make new friends who share your passion for photography. And let's not forget the skill improvements also for the aspects of that. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn something new, to push yourself a little bit further. Take it from me. Some of the most significant leaps in my photography skills and some of my most cherished different connections in the world of photography have actually come from participating in these types of challenges. And it's amazing how much you can grow and you can connect through such a fun and engaging platform. So why not give it a try? Head over to coffeexcameras.com, download a challenge that you choose that piques your interest, and then dive right in. Share your results with the community. You can post in a WhatsApp group or online. You can see how others have tackled the same challenge. It's all about learning, growing, and connecting. So one of the most transformative aspects of networking in photography is embracing the value of collaboration over competition. In a field as diverse and creative as ours, working together can lead to incredible results. It can far surpass what we could achieve alone. Collaboration opens up a world of new perspectives and ideas. It's about combining skills, sharing experiences, and pushing each other to new creative heights. For example, I once collaborated with a landscape photographer, as I mentioned. Despite being a portrait photographer at the time myself, this partnership brought a fresh dimension to my work. This taught me new techniques and approaches to composition that I'd never considered before. And another success story is a joint exhibition that I had participating with several local photographers. By pooling our resources and putting networks together, we managed to attract a larger audience. We managed to get media attention, and we also managed to get some sponsors. This collaborative effort boosted our individual profiles, and it also strengthened our community as a whole. The key to successful collaboration is mutual respect and also openness to learning. It's not about whose technique is better or who has more followers. It's about combining your strengths to create something unique and as impactful as possible. So, I encourage you to reach out to fellow photographers, share your ideas, plan a joint project, or even just start with a conversation. You'll be amazed at how much you can grow and what you can achieve together. Collaboration is a powerful tool, and in the world of photography, it can also lead to some truly spectacular outcomes. While networking is an exciting aspect of our photographic journey, it's actually essential to approach it in a professional and respectful manner. Today I want to share some of the best practices and common pitfalls to avoid so it ensures your networking experiences are both fruitful and also enjoyable. Firstly, always be genuine in your interactions. Authenticity resonates more than a perfectly crafted persona when you meet someone. When you meet someone, also show genuine interest in their work and tell their story also, rather than seeing them merely as a stepping stone for your career. It's about building a connection, not just adding a contact to your list. Another key practice is to listen as much as you talk. Networking is a two-way exchange, a dance of give and take. Allow others to share their thoughts and experiences, and when it's your turn, share yours with clarity and also respect. Remember, a good conversation is like a good photograph. It requires balanced elements to be good. Now let's talk about common mistakes to avoid as well. One major misstep is not knowing thorough. If you mispromised or you want to share a resource, make an introduction, reliability builds trust and respect. Another mistake is over-promotion. Yes, you're passionate about your work, but avoiding to turn every conversation into a sales pitch is bad. Networking is about relationships, not just transactions. Also be mindful of other person's time and space. Networking events are great, but don't monopolize someone's time, especially if they're there to engage with multiple people. Be concise, be considerate, and most importantly, be yourself. Networking, when done right, can open doors that you never knew existed. Approaching it with professionalism, with respect, and with a genuine desire to connect, and you'll find yourself building a network that's not only vast, but it's also valuable and supportive. So go out there, meet new people, share your stories, and build connections that matter. Networking is not just about making initial contacts. It's about maintaining and nurturing those relationships over time. Okay, let's talk about how you can keep these valuable connections thriving long after the first handshake or you follow button is clicked. Professional relationships, just much like photography, require patience and continuous effort. The key is regular and meaningful engagement. For instance, if someone that you met at an event shares a new project or achievement on social media, take a moment to congratulate them. These small interactions show that you value and you remember them. Another strategy is to share resources or articles that you think might be of interest to your contacts. This not only keeps the conversation going, but it also demonstrates that you're actually thinking of them beyond just a professional contact and capacity. Now, don't forgetting the power of the old-fashioned catch-up. A quick email, a phone call, or even a coffee meeting can do wonders. It's about staying present. It's about showing that you're genuinely interested in their journey. Not just when you need something too, by the way. But here's an important tip. Be respectful of their time and boundaries. Check in with them, but don't overdo it. The goal is to build a comfortable and mutually beneficial relationship. Remember that maintaining professional relationships is an art form. It's about building the right balance between staying connected and also giving space. These relationships can be one of the most rewarding aspects of your photography career. It also offers support, it offers advice and opportunities that you might not find anywhere else. All right, let's do a quick recap of the key points that we've discussed today. Networking in photography is about building meaningful connections. It's about sharing experiences and growing together both professionally and personally. Remember, it's not just about collecting contacts. It's about nurturing lasting relationships. We've explored the value of attending workshops, exhibitions, and meetups, and the importance of being actively engaged in these events. We've also delved into how to actually present your work on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and the significance of collaboration over competition. Plus, we discussed the best practices for your professional and respectful networking and strategies for maintaining relationships over time. Now, I encourage y'all to take these insights and to actively engage in networking and community building. The world of photography is vast and it's full of incredible people just waiting to connect with you. So share your work, your stories, and your passion. And remember, every interaction is a step towards new opportunities and growth. And if you're ever looking for a place to start, why not join us over at coffeexcameras.com, where we offer a range of challenges and networking opportunities just for you that can help kickstart your journey. It's a fantastic way to meet new fellow photographers, to participate in creative projects, and to build your network in a supportive community that will help you back. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button up there. We have a lot more photography-related content coming up, and we'd also love for you to be a part of our growing community as well. Your subscription helps support our channel, and it also keeps you updated with the latest in photography tips and networking opportunities. So, are you ready to embark on this exciting networking opportunity? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more. And join us over at coffeexcameras.com for an enriching photography experience. Until next time, keep on capturing those beautiful moments and keep on building those invaluable connections. Happy shooting. I'll see you next week.